Most petrol heads dream of their perfect 5-car garage, filled with sports cars and exotics and the best driving machines in the world. And of course, we at RPM aren't any different, although we do kind of have a 5-car garage. Although ours is slightly different, it's not filled with the types of cars that people would sell their children for. Instead, we have a growing collection of long-term cars that represent the vehicle categories that populate our roads. Everything from our Land Rover Discovery 4 crew vehicle to the mighty BMW M3 and the Peugeot 308. And now adding to the lineup, the Suzuki Alto 1.0 GLS. It is the smallest and it is the cutest, and it doesn't have any pretensions about its class. It's a small city runabout, it's a budget beater, and it looks the part. This Suzuki is fantastically compact, but it manages to have a bit of attitude. The color coding, bold grille and alloy wheels all come together to create something that manages to stand out a bit from the rest of the pack. It's not super stylish, but it's not over-designed either. It manages to pull off that city car look almost to perfection. The first signs that you're in a budget beater come when you step inside and you see that the side mirrors are manually adjustable. It is a decent looking setup, although there is a lot of plastic. It gives it a more utilitarian feel. Still, it has all the basics to make it a comfortable everyday drive. Like the most important of interior features, aircon. Add to that electric windows, a decent little sound system controlled by an MP3 CD player, as well as comfortable seats, and you have an interior that may not be the epitome of luxury, but it keeps you happy behind the wheel. Things in the back are a little tight, as you'd imagine, but the boot is a good usable size, albeit one with an odd loading aperture and a parcel shelf that seems to be in the way when you're trying to pack or retrieve anything bigger than a hamster. No, it's not exactly a powerhouse. It is a 1-litre 3-cylinder unit with 50 kilowatts and 87 newton meters. 0 to 100 time? 16 seconds, top speed 145 kilometers an hour. So it doesn't exactly offer performance thrills, but it does give you good fuel consumption, 5.7 liters per 100 kilometers. And as an added bonus, it has that almost like a flat 6 sound to it. If you close your eyes and imagine just a little, you could be behind the wheel of a Porsche, just without the looks, or the handling, or the power, or the price. Truth is, this little engine does a fairly good job of shifting the Alto around the place. It does have a rather long second gear, although that's something you soon get used to. And there is a rev counter, although it's just a lot easier to use your ears. And truth be told, this engine doesn't mind keeping the revs up. It's as good to drive around town as it is on the highway. And it's not too shabby on the safety either. ABS, EBD and dual airbags are standard. But more than those list items, there is something very special about the way this Alto feels. For its 120,000 Rand price tag, it just doesn't feel like a collection of parts that have been bolted together in the factory basement. It feels really solid. Everything from the gear change to the ride setup to the way the interior is bolted together. It has a real sense of quality engineering about it. And that's this car's strongest point. You may be paying entry-level sorts of prices, but you're getting something that feels like it cost a whole lot more. And when it comes down to it, when you're looking to buy something at this end of the market, you're going to have to make compromises. So while some of this car's competition has a spec list that may be longer or styling that may be a little less on the cute side, chances are they won't feel as good as the Alto does. And now that we've got it in our long-term fleet, we'll see how solid it stays. We'll pay particular attention to how well the engine loosens up and how hard wearing the interior plastics are. And of course, we'll keep you updated over the next year or so. The smallest member of our long-term fleet makes do with just 3 cylinders and 50 kilowatts, but what it lacks in numbers, it makes up for in attitude. The Alto's engineering and build have a quality feel to them, but there will be some things we'll reserve judgment on until our year with the car is up.